You're welcome to today's edition of Trends on KDM, and we'll go back straight to the issue of Galamsey in Ghana. Now, this has been a very worrying trend of issues that's been happening prior to the December elections, where most Ghanaians are not happy with how our body of water are being destroyed by the illegal miners. Now, it's become a whole lot of issue because we have a government in power that there's a lot of pressure on the government to actually find ways to solve issues, find ways to provide practical solutions to the issue of illegal mining in Ghana. And there's been a whole lot of protest. I mean, there was a 3 days protest quite recently in Accra to protest, one against the Galamsey and how it's spoiling our water bodies, and also two protests against some citizens that were captured of Ghana police. They were captive of Ghana police for actually protesting, and it was alleged that these people misconducted themselves that led to the police arresting them. Okay, now foreign media has even taken to this particular issue of Galamsey, and it has become a whole lot of things that we are actually praying that something positive will come out from the outcry and the outpouring of Ghanaians' emotions concerning how our water bodies are being run. Now, this issue has led to one chief. In Ghana, we have chiefs that are heads of different townships in Ghana, and one of them is Osabarima Otibuko, who is the chief of Dentura. Now, Osabarima has actually added his voice to the fight against Galamsey, and this is what he's saying. He's saying that the government should, one, release the Galamsey illegal miners, the people that protested against illegal mining that were arrested. He believes that these were people that actually were fighting for the good of the nation because their water bodies are being destroyed, and these are citizens of Ghana that want the best for the country. So how come these people that are fighting for a better Ghana or a better country will actually be detained or be arrested at this point? Now, he sees this whole thing as not something that should be encouraged, and also he gave a strong warning to the president that he should find a way to stop the Galamsey, the illegal mining in Ghana. And Charlie, he seemed passionate. He seemed really worried and passionate about whatever he was saying, and I truly hope that something positive will come out from different people adding their voice to the Galamsey protest and this whole Galamsey, the fight against Galamsey and illegal mining for spoiling our water bodies. So we are just praying that at the end of the day, Charlie, we'll find something positive, we get something positive from this whole thing. Now, somebody will say, why is it that our leaders are not finding practical solutions to actually come against this whole Galamsey thing? Now, the issue is, it seems there's a theoretical aspect of this whole thing. That they have solutions, they have ways. They can actually speak on how they believe that things should be handled with regards to how this whole illegal mining stuff should be stopped. But the practicality, or practically speaking, they are not able to actually implement these things because I believe, or they say, there's a lot of things that are holding them back, especially now that we are in the election year where these parties are sort of going for ways or doing things to actually impress their voters. It has become a politically unsound decision to actually fight against Galamsey in this era. So now it has become an area. They know it's a cancerous part of Ghana that's spoiling the country, but you can't touch it easily like that. That's what they are making us to believe. Because the last time, the vice president, who is also going for the presidency, the presidential candidate election for the NPP, was also talking about the fact that from how he's speaking, he has solutions to how we can actually work, or we can actually combat Galamsey. And he believes that these illegal miners, Galamseyers, are actually people that they don't know where specifically the golds are located. So they sort of do try and error with the lands. Okay, so they go this place, when they assume that there might be gold in this particular place, they go there and then make sure that they drill the land and they go as deep as they can, hoping to get something from that place. But he believes that if the Geological Service of Ghana or something like that can actually do a survey to determine where gold is, that's what the legal miners, they do. The legal mining industry in Ghana, they actually have the machines to actually determine where the gold might be. So if these group of miners are actually brought into that space or that industry, they will be able to sort of control the things that they do. One, they won't be able to actually spoil some lands and some waters in their quest to, look for gold. It will be more structured and it will be more appropriate, and the state will have a lot of control on how to actually prevent these water bodies from actually getting damaged. But when he said that, the question remains that he's also in government. He's not just an MP. He's not just anybody. He's a vice president. I mean, when the president, the chief in command, is not there, he is actually in command. So the question is, what is holding him back from actually adding his mind or whatever he shared whilst he was speaking to maybe advising the president? Well, I believe the president is also looking for ways to actually combat this Galamsey thing, and the vice president is also it's a teamwork between the president and the vice president. So why isn't this idea that he believes will help implemented? Why is it still being something that should be a theory? Why can't we make it practical? What's holding them back? So personally, I believe it's all political. We are in a political season, and they are very careful that they don't go do something that will go against them in this mining constituencies. Because if these people, these are the ways that they actually survive. These are the means that they survive. And no, the way the system here is in Ghana, if you are not careful and then you play with somebody's survival means or ways that they survive, they will come at you, because the system is not that friendly to most people. And these people are these areas, these are like legitimately, these are the only means to survive in these areas. So it's a delicate fight. I don't know when this whole thing is going to end, but I feel like even if some important, we will make an important progress with regards to our fight against Galamsey, I believe that it should be somewhere after election, because from how things are looking, it feels like these areas are untouchable, because every party is trying to play smart and trying to play the political games with this kind of thing. But if we had our own way, we wouldn't have things this way, because this is our water body that are being spoiled. That's dangerous. But hey, Charlie, it's human interest, self-interest first. So this is what they are saying with regards to how they believe that Galamsey should be stopped. But the practicality or the implementation of this whole idea is a problem. Now, that brings me to the issue of President Nana Addo speaking to one foreign media outlet when he was asked about the fact that some free Galamsey illegal mining protesters have been arrested in Ghana, and the interviewer asked him that, okay, so it feels like the opposition are calling the MPP government, that's Ghana's current government, that they are actually finding ways to imprison these people because they believe that they are opposition, they are from the opposition parties. And Nana Addo said this.
I'm not responsible for jailing people in Ghana. The courts in Ghana are independent institutions, and they have been all through this period of the Fourth Republic. People misconduct themselves and they're brought before court. It's for the court to deal with them. That's not a matter.
It has nothing to do about politics.
It has nothing to do with the executive. And their behavior is what lands them in problem with the police and with the courts. It's not the protests. How can the president, who himself, his political career was aided by leading protests, have problems with protests? I don't have problems with protests. And nothing is done in Ghana to prevent people from airing their views on anything.
So he clearly said that he is not in charge of the judiciary. They have their own mind, and they are separate from the executive, and he believes that now he himself was a protester during his political career and when he was climbing up the ladder into politics. So he believes that it's not even something that you can actually hold it to him that, okay, you are doing this because you don't want these people to protest. Okay, and some people don't believe this. They believe that it's just a smart way that he wants to just find a way around it, because there's been issues of these protesters and the judiciary system actually even going against their own law in handling these people. There are certain rules within the judiciary that they've been detained beyond the normal rules of their own profession. And some are saying that the only reason that these things will happen is because there will be an order from above. Somebody higher than them will actually give them the order to actually detain these people for longer than they can. Because in terms of the career or the profession they are doing, what they are doing or what they did to these protesters was not right. It was not lawful, right? So this particular year's election has been full of it's a blockbuster scene, because there's been a lot of issues. There's been a lot of left, right, center. There's been a lot happening. So I really don't know how this election is going to be, but it's going to be a very, very fun-packed election fever, and it's gradually crescendoing. It's gradually rising up, and we are preparing. We are gearing ourselves up, and I believe that if you are a Ghanaian, you are very well or very much prepared to decide on who you believe will take Ghana from this state of our country to the promised land. Personally speaking, I've not made my decision yet, because I'm still checking one or two things to see whose policies are best and who is sincerely going to be of value to all of us in Ghana. So with that one said, I'll end today's edition of Trends on KDM here. The name remains Donald and not Trump. I'll see you on the other side. Peace.